some monumental news has just broken that's sending ripples through the cricketing world. The flamboyant Joe Root has reportedly shattered South Africa's legendary Jacques Kallis record to become the fastest man to 13,000 test runs. This incredible feat, achieved during the opening day of England's fixture against Zimbabwe at Trent Bridge, also sees him take another significant step closer towards potentially dethroning India's icon, Sachin Tendulkar, from the summit of the highest run scorers in Test history. This incredible achievement naturally throws the spotlight back on the Fab Four, that elite group of modern-day batting maestros: Virat Kohli, Kane, Williamson, Joe Root himself, and of course, Steve Smith. All four have dominated world cricket for the best part of a decade, each carving out legendary careers. But when it comes to the purists' format, Test cricket, the debate for the greatest batter of this generation often, and passionately, narrows down to two names: Joe Root and Steve Smith. Kohli's and Williamson's brilliance is undeniable, but the sheer consistency and record-breaking exploits of Root and Smith in the five-day game constantly ignite fierce comparisons. So, with Root hitting yet another historic milestone, it perfectly sets the stage for the debate we're diving into today. Who truly stands taller in the Test arena? Let's strip away the emotion and look purely at the numbers from their overall international careers so far. Alright, let's look at a head-to-head comparison of their career statistics. We'll go through the key metrics one by one. First up, let's look at sheer volume. Joe Root has played significantly more matches, 153 to Smith's 116. And that translates directly into total runs scored. Root leads here with an impressive 13,006 international runs, while Smith has accumulated a fantastic 10,271. But what about consistency? This is where the batting average comes in, and it's a big one. Steve Smith boasts a phenomenal career average of 56.74. That is world-class. Joe Root, also an elite player, averages a very strong 50.80. So, Smith takes a clear lead in this crucial department. Now for the milestones that win matches, hundreds. And this is incredible, folks. Both Steve Smith and Joe Root are tied with exactly 36 international centuries each. What a testament to their ability to go big. When it comes to 50s, Root has more, with 65 half-centuries to Smith's 41, showing great consistency in getting starts. Incredibly, they are dead level on 36 centuries each. What does this tell us? Well, Joe Root has played more and therefore accumulated more runs in 50s. His slightly higher strike rate is also noteworthy. But Steve Smith's average is simply exceptional, placing him among the all-time greats in that regard. The fact they're tied on centuries despite Smith playing fewer innings is also a massive point in his favor when discussing conversion rates, especially in Test cricket. It's a fascinating comparison, and the better player often comes down to what you value most in a Test batsman. Do you go for Smith's incredible average and century-making prowess in fewer games, or Root's sheer volume of runs, recent record-breaking form, and consistent scoring across more matches? Steve Smith versus Joe Root in away-from-home conditions. Two titans of the Fab Four, two modern-day legends. But we're not just looking at their overall careers, we're diving deep into the ultimate test of a batsman's skill, their away performances. Playing away from home, on unfamiliar pitches, against hostile crowds, and in different climates, that's where the true greats separate themselves. So, who comes out on top when we scrutinize their records on foreign soil, country by country? Let's find out. Before we break it down location by location, let's get a snapshot of their overall away Test records. Remember, away means anywhere but their home country, so no Australia for Smith, and no England for Root in these numbers. Right off the bat, some fascinating numbers. Root has played more away innings and amassed more away runs. However, Steve Smith boasts a significantly higher away average, a stellar 54.18 compared to Root's very respectable 47.07. And Smith has more away centuries in fewer innings. This sets the stage for an intriguing deep dive. Alright, let's put on our travel boots and go country by country. We'll show you the stats side by side. First up, the Ashes Down Under. For Joe Root, Australia has been a tough nut to crack. A very decent number of 50s, but crucially, no centuries, and an average of 35.68. In Bangladesh, limited appearances for both. Neither have set the stage on fire, with Smith just edging Root on average. Now, to England, Joe Root's backyard, making it an away tour for Smith. And what a record! An average of 55, with a phenomenal 8 centuries. Smith has truly conquered English conditions. India, one of the toughest places for touring batsmen. Both have performed admirably. Smith averages just over 50 with 3 tons. Root, in more matches, has more runs, a brilliant double hundred, and also 3 centuries, averaging a very good 45. Across the Tasman in New Zealand. Smith, in limited appearances, averages over 52. Root has played a lot more here, racking up over 1,000 runs at an average of 50, including 3 centuries and a double. Very strong from both. In Pakistan, recent tours for both. Smith averages a strong 56.50 without a ton. Root, with more game time, averages 47.70. Though he does have a century in Pakistan overall. Against the Proteas in South Africa, Root has the better record, averaging over 50 with a century. Smith averages a decent 41, also with 1 century. To the spin-friendly conditions of Sri Lanka. And wow! Both batsmen have absolutely dominated. Smith averages an incredible 67 with 4 centuries. Root is right there with him, averaging 65.50 with 3 tons, including a massive 228. Phenomenal stuff. In the UAE, often against Pakistan. Root has a superior record here, averaging over 57, though neither has a century. Finally, to the Caribbean. Steve Smith's average here is eye-watering, 141.50 from just 2 matches, including a 199. Joe Root has played substantially more, with a fantastic record himself, averaging over 51 with 4 centuries. So, after that detailed breakdown, what's the verdict? Who is the king of the road? Both players are undeniably phenomenal away from home. Joe Root has accumulated a massive volume of away runs and has delivered standout performances in places like Sri Lanka, New Zealand, South Africa, and the West Indies. His consistency across many nations is brilliant. However, Steve Smith's away record, particularly on a per-innings impact, is exceptional. That away average of over 54 is staggering. His dominance in England with 8 centuries is legendary. He also averages over 50 in India, New Zealand, and Pakistan, and has that mind-boggling record in the West Indies, plus his 4 tons in Sri Lanka. If we're looking at who has more consistently posted higher averages and impactful, series-defining centuries in the toughest away conditions, particularly in the big contests like the Ashes in England or tours to India, Steve Smith arguably has the edge. That ability to not just score runs, but to score big hundreds at a higher average in diverse conditions gives him a slight advantage in this away comparison. But let's be clear, we're comparing 2 of the absolute best. Root's struggles in Australia are perhaps the most significant differentiator when looking at their complete away portfolios against the toughest oppositions. But that's just our analysis based on the numbers. What do you think? Who is the better away test batsman between Steve Smith and Joe Root? Which performances stick out in your mind? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your perspectives. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more cricket content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.